Hello, 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 hello. I'm super excited. I hope my light is amazing today. Okay. So who is here? Let me see. Can I give another 5 minutes? Let me give another 5 minutes. If you are here, just let me know who is here, please. Your name and where you are joining from. My name is Stephen Adetolu, and I'm super excited to welcome you to tonight's session. Like we do, 30 to 45 minutes, and we are done. And if you wait to the end, I have a super announcement to make. Okay, so if you are there, let me know your name and where you are joining from. Are you there? So today we are going to be discussing the power of investment. There is heavy power on investment, and like I did told a lot of people, this tonight's session is not necessarily for the experts, those who call themselves experts. Okay, for me, I'm committed to helping beginners. Maybe you are a student, you're a civil servant, you're a professional, you have a paid job and all of that. Okay, if you fall under this category, then I am sincerely happy to serve you. Okay, and that's what my video is all about. All right, so let me see who is available. Come on, talk to me, guys. Just tell me your name in the comment section. Tell me your name and where you are connecting from. Today we are talking about investment, how you can leverage investment, from investing very small. And this whole thing started, it's my story. I didn't have millions of naira when I started my investment journey. I actually started in the year 2009. 2009 was the year that I started. I am based in Jos. Hi, husband. For those of us who are conversant with the investment, the investment story in Nigeria, I started with one investment they call Covenant Fadama, if you know them. I didn't know then that it was all Ponzi scheme. Okay, then they were paying us about 50 or 80%. I've forgotten now. 2009 I started. Okay, I started my journey. So you could see that I've been here on this journey for a very long time. And all I'm sharing with you tonight is from my personal experience. Thank you, Hesbon. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Grace Kungwan. Thank you for joining. Okay, thank you, and several of you. I may not mention all of your names, but I'm sincerely pleased to have you here. Okay, Dennis Henry from Kenya. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you for joining. So today, what I'm going to be sharing with you is the principles, okay? And these principles applies all over the world, especially those of us in Africa. And by the way, I stumbled on a research, okay, finding by African Development Bank, and the revelation, okay, the outcome of that research really shook me. It says that most Africans do not start investment. Many don't even hear about it until they are 36 years old. Okay, which is not pleasant, especially for a continent that is raising young people, that has a lot of young people, has a lot of potential, and so we need to reverse that that theory, such that students in the universities, students who have just graduated, and newly employed should begin to understand, okay, the power of investment, how to start small from your small salary and grow it into sustainable wealth, what I call a sustainable cash flow system. This is what we're all about, okay? And this is me telling you that you don't need millions. I did not start with millions. As a matter of fact, I didn't get my first millions from my salary or from my job. Instead, I got from my accumulation, okay, from my investments. So I'm going to be sharing the principle of compounding, okay, with you, this principle of consistency with you, small money. So let's dive in. Okay, like I said, 30 minutes to 45 minutes and we're done. And I'll be making a very huge offer to you guys, those of you from Kenya, from other African countries. Please, I want you to know that the principles are the same. Whatever I'm going to be sharing with you tonight, okay, I need you to go back to your banking sector, your finance sector, and begin to look out, okay, for everything that we have discussed with today. And please start something, okay? So what is an investment? You see, many people stop at the leg. You know, when I say leg, means that there are several legs to growing and multiplying money. Most of our parents, or most of those who worked before us, who retired well ahead of us, didn't understand the concept of growing and multiplying money, which is why many of them worked until, unfortunately, they died. Okay, it means they never rested. Even while they retired, they still had to work because there was nothing on ground that would sustain them. So this is the trajectory that you and I have to break. Okay, now I am telling you, okay, that there is a concept. That was why I said a leg. Okay, that there is a leg to earning. Thank you, Iman, for joining. There is a leg to earning. There is a leg to retaining, that is managing. There is another leg to multiplying. As a matter of fact, there is another leg to passing it on, okay, to generations that are coming after you. Most of our parents and most people who do not understand the concept of what I'm teaching tonight, which is investment, the power of investment, only stopped at earning. Most times the problem with us Africans is not with the earning. The problem with us is the managing, so that we can retain and then multiply. Okay, so today my focus is going to be how you can start small, investing small. I started very small. I'll tell you, in sometime in 2024 or 2023 thereabout, I bought MTN shares. Okay, I bought MTN shares for about 173, 174. Okay, naira per share. Okay, as I speak to you today, MTN should be around 700, 800. I didn't check the last check. So you could see how that has grown. So this brings me to the definition of investment. If you do not have an investment yet, I am urging you, after tonight's session, go and start something about investment. Investment is the only pathway, okay, let me not say only, owning a business, ownership, okay, is the only pathway to growing and multiplying your money. Remember this, as long as you do not own where you earn from, okay, as long as you do not own that business, you do not own that job, someday you are going to retire. So if you've built your life around, okay, around what you earn, it simply suggests one thing, that your life is going to stop the moment your job ceases, the moment your salary stops. And this is not what we want. I have learned over time that embedded in your salary lies three realities. The first reality inside your salary, okay, is your past. You may have some loans, okay, that you've accumulated, you have to pay. Present, okay, these are your bills that you have to pay for. And then the future. This is where a lot of people miss it. A lot of people miss the fact that these three realities are embedded in their future. Now you know, no more excuse. You've got to take care of your future from what you are paid today. I need you to run with this, okay? So setting aside a portion is what guarantees that you are building a cash flow system over time. Do you understand? Tell me that you really understand this. Tell me that you understand this. So number one takeaway, do not eat all your salary. Do not eat the 100% of your salary. Inside your salary lies three realities: past, present, and the future. Do you understand? So how do we take care of the future with your salary is what we are discussing. This is where ownership comes in. Ownership involves investment, and saving your money is completely different from investing your money. I need you to understand this, okay? You save towards a goal, okay, without necessarily expecting a return. That's where you save. That's where saving your money does not necessarily lead to wealth. This is what most of our parents did, and I need you to break that jinx. Saving your money does not necessarily lead to wealth. You could be saving to buy a house. You could be saving money to buy a car. You could be saving money for your children's education, or you want to school abroad, or you want to go for your master's degree and the rest. You are saving towards that goal. Investment, you are subjecting or sending your money on an errand. You are subjecting your money to an assignment so that it can produce return. This is not a job. You are sending your money. When you invest, you are sending your money on an errand so that it can give you or generate return for you. That is investment. This is where many Africans lose it. Okay. So the power of starting small. If you are 20 years old today, I want to guarantee you that if you start with 5K today, if you start with 5,000 Naira, equivalent of 5,000 Naira in your respective countries, those who are from Ghana. Nafisatu, thank you for joining. You are doing an amazing job for me propagating all that we do. Those of you who are from Kenya and their likes, okay? A 20-year-old who starts today, an 18-year-old, a 16-year-old, maybe you are a parent, okay? I have two daughters who are in the university, and based on this awareness, I have set them up on a financial trajectory that will benefit them in the future. I didn't get this kind of love. My parents loved me. They gave us what they had based on the knowledge that they had. So there was a lot of love, okay? But today, I am giving my own love to my children based on the knowledge that I have, and I'm sharing it with you today. Start your children up on their investment journey when they are in their teens and in their 20s. Somebody who is 20-year-old today who says, okay, the retirement age in Nigeria is about 60, 65, who say, I want to invest from 20 or from 18. Parents, take note. Who say they want to retire by age 65. I'm going to do the maths for you. You will see it. Let's go. Somebody who is 20 today. Okay, let me see if I can share my screen here. Somebody who is 20 today. I'll share my screen now. Let me show you this. Let me show you the calculator that I use. For those who are in Kenya, who are from other countries, please understand that I am streaming from Nigeria at the moment. So this is, for instance, a calculator, monthly calculator. If you are 20 years old, this is monthly. If you are 20 years old, okay, and you want to keep 5K in a conservative mutual fund account, your monthly deposit is 5K. You are 20-year-old and you want to retire at the age of 45, at the age of 65. So you are keeping this money, the interest rate conservatively 15%, okay? And you want to keep this money for, that will be 45 years. 45 years. How much do you see on the screen? Please confirm to me if you can see my screen. Okay. At this age, this person will be worth 331 million naira, 320,447 naira. This is what this person is worth for keeping 5,000 naira. This is exactly what I mean when I say when you keep 5,000 naira and this person is going to be there for. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Do you see my screen? Do you see my screen? I hope you can see my screen. Okay, fantastic. I hope you see my screen. Okay, I've just shown you. This person is 20 years old. Okay, you could go to this calculator and do what you have to do there. This person is 20 years old, 5,000 naira. This is what he does. Okay, you know, somebody who is 35 cannot achieve the same thing. Okay, now let's say somebody is 35 or is 40, from what I've seen. 45 or okay, let's say 35. Okay, so you know, he keeps 5,000, he keeps this. He's never going to catch up. Time 45, so that will be 30 years. Okay, that will be 30 years. The same scenario. Look at what this person has. 35M. How much more if this person is 40 and all of that? Okay, do you get it, guys? So starting early is key. Starting early is key. With 5K, if you are 20, 25, 30, you could start. But I know you are wise, like I would tell my daughters. For instance, they are doing 5K on a monthly basis because they are both in the university in their final year now by the grace of God, okay? If they eventually go for their service, they are going to scale it up to 10K throughout their service period. And guess what? They are putting their money, because they have sufficient time, they are putting their money in an equity fund. Okay, the Nigerian equity fund, for instance, last year did over 60%, between 50 and 60%. Okay, the Nigerian equity fund, it did that. That is where they have put their money. You know why? Because they are young. They're not even up to 20. Okay, but they are young and they still have time, even for the somersaults in the Nigerian stock exchange. The guys will still bounce. Do you understand? Are you getting it? So, like I said, the only pathway to growing and multiplying your money is ownership. What do I mean by ownership? You either own a business, creating value. You create value. No idle money creates wealth. Okay, keeping your money in the bank or keeping your money as cash. Okay, as a matter of fact, you are losing the value of that money to inflation. Inflation rate in Nigeria today is around 15.65 or 16.75. It means every year your money loses value. Okay, if you keep $1 million in your bank account today, okay, by this time next year you could still have it as 1 million naira. But if you take it to the market, okay, you will not buy the same thing that you are able to buy at 1 million naira today. Your money has depreciated by 15%. So instead of 1 million naira, you can only afford anything worth 850,000 naira. You have lost 150K due to inflation. So if you continue like this, you are not going to build wealth. So what builds wealth is you taking this portion, this money of yours, and subjecting it to a business that creates value. A business that creates value. A business that solves a problem. Those of you who are in the wealth builders community, we're discussing value. Value is what creates wealth. You solve a problem. You serve a need. And as you do this, you earn profit. Okay? And your money appreciates beyond inflation rate. I'll give you a tip. If inflation rate is 15% in Nigeria today, check what it is in Kenya, in Cameroon, in Ghana, in Gambia. Those of you who are part of this community, check what it is today. It simply means that any business or any investment that you are into that does not give you above your inflation rate, it means that you are losing money. Do you understand? It means that you are losing money. Remember, inflation eats up your money. And in Nigeria, devaluation eats up your money as well. Okay? It reduces the value of your money. So as such, subjecting your money to a business. Many of us who are employees are not trained to be entrepreneurs. Okay? Entrepreneurship comes with a whole lot. I'm not going to go into that today, but I'll tell you. If you cannot start up a business, what is the next available option? It is to buy a part ownership of a company, which is what we are discussing today. Buy a part ownership of a company. For instance, this is where shares and equities come in. Okay? You check all the companies as of today, there are about 147 companies that are listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Let's quickly take a look at them. Let me share my screen again. Please confirm if you are gaining value. If you are gaining value from this, let me show you. Companies that are listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. You see them here. You see them here. Let me see. Let me show 100 or all. Look at them. All these companies are listed in the Abe Academy, African Alliance. All you need to do is just to go to this. Let me share this with you. Oh no. Let me share this with you. Companies listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange, in the stock market. Look at them. Do you see them, guys? About 147 of them. Look at them. Adetolu Holdings and their likes. Look at them. About 147 of them. I shared the link with you. Okay, Vitafoam is also there and all of that, giving you the opportunity to own a fraction of each of them. Look at VFD company, Zenith Bank is there, Wema Bank, Zishis are good. About 147 companies listed. 147 of them are listed in the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So you can buy part ownership of any of them. And look at, there are sectors as well. Each of them is categorized into sectors. You have those who are grouped in the agricultural sector, conglomerate, construction, consumer goods, financial services, that is the banks. Okay, for agriculture, you have the likes of Presco, you have the likes of Okomu Oil. Okay, conglomerates, you have the likes of Dangote, construction, real estate. Okay, I don't have an idea of this, but for consumer goods, you have the likes of Dangote Sugar, Boa Foods, Nestle Foods, Cadbury. For financial services, you have the likes of financial services. You have all the banks. All the banks are there. Healthcare, you have Fitsin and their likes. The ICT, you have industrial goods like the Dangote Cement. The natural resources. Okay, for the oil and gas, you have the likes of Aradel, Seplast. Okay, for services, you have the likes of MTN, Globacom, Airtel, and their likes. So all of these 147 companies that are listed are categorized under these sectors. Do you understand? Are you following, guys? 45-30 minutes and I am done. Are you following, guys? Let me know if you are following. Okay, so remember, you either own a business or you buy part ownership into any of these listed companies in the stock exchange. Okay, this is applicable to those in Kenya, okay, to those in Gambia, Zambia, South Africa, check the South African stock exchange, for instance, the Kenyan stock exchange. Is the same principle. I am based in Nigeria, which is why I am sharing this with you from the Nigerian perspective, but it is the same principle. Okay, so now these companies, remember, they are businesses, they are creating value. Okay, so when you buy part ownership of these companies, you are benefiting from the value they create. And there are two ways that you earn money or your money appreciate, okay, when you invest in any of these companies. For instance, if yours is MTN, if you've done your research, please, as a member of this community, I want to warn you, do not invest in any business based on hype. Take what I'm teaching you now and go and do further research. Okay, I invested in MTN after doing my research, and because I use MTN, for instance. Okay, I invested, for instance, in Zenith Bank because I use Zenith Bank and I have studied and researched their fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? We'll be coming into that much later. Do you understand? So invest especially in companies that you use, that you are used to. Okay, the consumer goods and their likes. So when you invest in these companies, because these companies are involved in the business of creating value, they are solving problems. Okay, and as they solve problems, you make money in two ways. One, you make money when your capital appreciates. I told you some couple of years back, I bought MTN at 174 naira per share. Okay, as of today, it's hovering between 800 and 700. So you could see how I have benefited. So for instance, if I have 2 million shares, worth of shares, volume, okay, imagine, multiply it by the difference. That is how much I have profited from MTN and every other ones out there that you are going to be buying. Okay, that's the first way you earn money from investing your money in the capital market. The other way you also make money is through dividend. Okay, because these businesses are involved in creating real value, solving real problem. Okay, you make money when they make money, they make profit. I think I saw somewhere that GTCO, for instance, is going to be the first bank that will make 1 billion naira worth of profit. So it means those of us who have shares in GTB will be happy because these shares will be shared across all its shareholders. Okay, so always ask yourself this question before you invest: what value is this business creating? Okay, what value is this business creating? You should understand what problem is this business solving. Okay, once you have that established, you ask yourself, check their balance sheet. Okay, we're going to go into this in subsequent videos. Okay, you check all of those before you invest. What about the management board? That's why you listen to news that emanates from them. For instance, for me, on a daily basis, I go to the website by Nairametrics. Okay, www.nairametrics. Check them out. I see the financial news, I see economic news, and it gives me a fair understanding of how the economy, the macro and the micro economy is doing and impacting on my investment. It is very important. Don't just invest for the sake of investing. You are now a part business owner. You now own businesses. For instance, if UBA wants to have their annual AGM, no matter how little your share is, they send you an invite because you have as much right as any other person that has shares in that company. So remember, ownership is what builds your wealth. Leaving your money idle does not build your wealth. Your wealth is built because you are involved with a company that is listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Ghana Stock Exchange, Kenya Stock Exchange, South Africa Stock Exchange, Cameroon Stock Exchange. And as this business do well, your money appreciates and you are paid dividend. Two ways that you make money out of that. Do you understand? So it simply tells you that as long as these businesses continue to create wealth, as long as these businesses continue, okay, to serve needs, for instance, the likes of Dangote, Dangote sugar. People will continue to buy Dangote sugar. And this brings me to the most important component of what we are discussing today, the Dangote IPO. We are all expecting that Dangote, who is the owner of one of the largest refinery in the world today, is set, okay, to launch his IPO. And what does an IPO mean? An IPO means initial public offer. Okay, this is how, so that you understand how shares actually work. Now, for instance, Dangote or a business owner would have spent or borrowed, let's say, $100 billion to establish a company. Okay, and because he wants to expand and because he wants to pay back, he says to himself, okay, I own X% of the business. Now I want to let go of 10%, like Dangote is doing. Dangote is letting go of 10% of his ownership. He's going to sell it to the general public. So if you and I have the resources, we have the money, we buy, okay, within that 10%. It means that Dangote is willing to take the profit that is due to that 10% and distribute it to all of us who are buying part ownership. So what will Dangote succeed in doing? He will succeed in getting funds from you and I, okay, to fund the refinery, to pay back his loan, and to run other operations that will ensure the expansion of the refinery. For instance, he is listing or letting go of 10% because he wants to expand. He wants to increase his daily capacity from, I think, 650 per day to about 1,000 plus by January. So you see, he needs capital. That is why he is letting go of 10%, okay, of whatever it is he owns to the general public. And this IPO, any moment from now, by September, October, is going to be released. So I am urging every member, and it's going to come to Kenya, it's going to go to South Africa, it's going to list to Africans, for instance, with time. So which is why I am urging every member of the community to set some money aside, 50K, 100K, so that you can buy some shares. Because the refinery is going to grow. It's the only functioning refinery in Nigeria today. Okay, and it's going to surpass every other refinery in Africa and the world. So if you are part of those who buy this IPO before it comes to the secondary market, okay, you'll be in huge profit. Okay, you can buy at, what I've seen about IPOs is that you can buy at a much cheaper rate. That when you come to the secondary market, your money would have appreciated over time, especially for those who want to leave it for the long term. Long term, my brothers, long term, my sisters. That's the name of the game. If you are investing in the stock market or equities. Do you understand? Any questions so far? Are you gaining value? So how do you begin to prepare for the IPO? For you to invest in any stock, you need to have what they call a brokerage account. Let me show you some brokerage. People who trade in the stock market, they call them brokers. So you need to create an account with them, especially if you're in Nigeria. Let me share this with you now. Let me show you the list of brokers in Nigeria. The list of find a broker in Nigeria. I'm equally going to give you this link. Look at the directory and make sure you go to the authorized website of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Look at it, NGX Group, okay? So look at them, look at all of them. They will tell you those that are not active. Like this now, they are telling us that Alan Garage Securities Limited is not active, okay? Look at this one is active, Alpha 100 Global. You know, if there's any that you want to fly with, okay, they are all here, okay? I know ARM Securities very well, okay? I use, for instance, I use Afri Investor Securities. Those are the guys I use, okay? I use Meritrade. If they are here, you see them. I use Meritrade as well, okay? So you see all So you register an account with them. I'm going to share this with you as well. Okay. For those of us who are in Nigeria, I've just shared, I'll share, come on, internet, are you good? For those of us who are in Nigeria, so you open a brokerage account. Once you open a brokerage account, they will give you what they call your CSCS and your CHN account number. Those are your account number that identifies you. For instance, if you have 2, 3 brokerage accounts, for instance, I have one with Afri Investor, I have one with Meritrade, and one other one. Okay, so for these 3 accounts that I have, they gave me different CSCS accounts. CSCS accounts stands for Central Securities Clearing System. So if you have multiple brokerage accounts, you have multiple CSCS accounts. Okay. Now, one account that is unique is your CHN account. That is clearinghouse number. Okay. Clearinghouse number. That is your CHN. That is the account that is unique. This account sounds like your BVN. Okay. So it links to every other brokerage account that you have, but it is one. But the CSCS account, others are going to give you theirs. But your CHN account is what differentiates you. Okay, that is like the equivalent of your BVN. So you need this in order to, for instance, enlist yourself in the forthcoming Dangote IPO. Okay, so how do you do this? I gave you a list. I've shared the link with you. Pick any of them. I use Meristem. I use Meritrade. I use Afri Investor. Okay, there are so many of them. Check the list. Okay, and you register with them. You need your BVN. You need your NIN. You need your means of identification. Create an account. Once you create an account and your account is approved, you will get your CSCS number and your CHN number. Okay, once you have those ready, for those of you who are preparing for the Dangote IPO, let me now show you. Then you come here. Okay, you come to the NGX. You come to the NGX and register for an IPO. Once there's an IPO, you'll see it here. Come to NGX, invest.ngxgroup.com. Okay, come here and register. Once there is an IPO, Dangote's IPO is going to be listed here. Now open on available offers, view. You can see public offers, right issues, one platform. You are going to see and you are going to find them here. Once there is any that is available, you are going to register here. But I think I've Afri Investor. I'll also share this link with you. Okay. Are you getting value, please? Okay, you register here. But Afri Investor, for instance, the stockbroker that I use, okay, will also give you the privilege to buy an IPO, okay, to buy an IPO, Afri Investor. And before I round up tonight, you can also buy shares in foreign companies, okay, to preserve your money. It is very important. Afri Investor, Plutus New will give you that opportunity to buy shares in foreign companies, for instance, the likes of Apple, the likes of Amazon, the likes of Facebook or Meta, if you like, and other, global products. You can buy into them via foreign stocks. Okay, there are apps, there are fintech companies, for instance, Trove. Check Trove. I don't use Trove, but I know from what I've heard, they are really, really good and they are doing amazingly well. But for me, for all my foreign stock, I use Plutus New. Okay, I use Plutus New. For those of you who are in the community, I'm going to be sharing all of those with you. Okay, so what else do I want to tell you tonight? Tell me, are you gaining value, guys? Are you gaining value? So the bottom line is this: start early. 5K is all you need if you are 20. if you are 25, if you are 30, okay, based on your financial goal, based on your risk appetite, very important, because the stock market is very volatile. Remember, the higher the risk, the higher the return, the higher the risk. But look, if you really want to build wealth from the stock market, you've got to make up your mind to stay invested for a long time. Okay, hold on to it. I learned this from Warren Buffett, and he calls it value investing. Pick a stock that you are conversant with, do your research, proper research, then you put in your money, hold. So that is why you don't put money that you borrowed, you don't put money that you need the next day. Okay, so you leave it there over a long time. A long time is defined by your financial goal. For me, I tell people, if for instance, you are putting in your money and you say, look, you are okay with 10%, you're okay with 20%, you are okay with 30%, you are okay with 5%. Once your money hits that financial goal of yours, exit. Okay, this is a lesson for another day. Maybe if you need one-on-one coaching, I'll tell you how to create all of those. So you create a portfolio. Okay, create a portfolio. I do not recommend, okay, that you buy all the 100 stocks. No, that was why I was intentional about showing you the various segments, buy across segments. Okay, for instance, you could pick one stock in the energy sector, you could pick another stock in the banking sector, you could pick another in the agricultural sector, excuse me, pick another in the telecom or service sector and all of that. Just pick one, and let me tell you the secret. Okay, buying 5K is not going to make you wealthy. But when you make up your mind to say, okay, I am sticking with 2, 3, 4, 5 stock, don't go beyond 5. I always tell people, and spread across sectors. Like I said, the stock market is very volatile. So that when one sector is not doing well, okay, others will balance the losses as time goes on. But one thing I can guarantee you is this: the stock market anywhere in the world has done well over the long time, 5 years and above. It's done amazingly well over the long time, over a long period. So if you are going this route, make up your mind that you are going to be patient, even if the market is misbehaving, just as it is at the moment. We had a very good run between January this year and May. The market was terrific. It was bullish. But it started, it started doing what it has to do between June, July, and now. Okay, it started fluctuating. You know why? Because a lot of people made so much money between January and May. So by June, July, and even August now, they are selling. They are selling off. They are taking profits. And when they are taking profits, the market itself will adjust. So if you panic, you may start selling at a loss. Don't do that. Take that from me, okay? Because it happens. Do you understand? And the truth is this: if you invest in a company, for instance, while you make profit when this company makes profit, you also share in their losses if they're not doing well. You should put that in mind. Do you understand? Okay. Now, another option, if you are not good with studying fundamentals, technical analysis, you don't want to be checking individual stocks, okay? That's what they call ETFs. ETF is a collection of several stocks in a basket. For instance, I'm used to the Stanbic IBTC ETF 30. There are about 30 companies that are in that basket. So it means your risk is diversified. Instead of buying individual stocks, you buy the MTN, you buy the Dangote individually. No, you have 30 good stock in that basket. So when you buy, you are spreading across. So ETF is a very good recommendation, okay? The one that I'm conversant with is the Stanbic IBTC ETF 30 and then Vetiva 30 thereabouts, okay? If you please register today, it could be AfriInvesto. Get your stockbroking account today. Do you understand? So you could buy ETFs. Another option would be you investing in a mutual fund. A mutual fund, as the name implies, is that professionals collect your funds from other investors and then they invest on your behalf. These are professionals. So instead of you picking individual stocks, these professionals, okay, like within the mutual funds, there are different cadres. One is the money market mutual fund. I'm not discussing this today. I've done some videos around that. Another is equity fund. Equity fund suggests that 70 to 80% of your money is invested in the stock market by the professionals, and they spread it across sectors. Remember, these are professionals. They sleep, eat, drink the stock market. So what better way to manage your money, especially if you are young? Imagine that 5K that I talked about that you put continuously. If you put this, for instance, in an equity fund, okay, which has been established to have done very well. For instance, Stanbic IBTC equity fund, okay, over the last 5 years has done over close to 300%. Fantastic run. So if you're the type who does not want to do individual stock, okay, because you don't have the requisite knowledge, except if you want to sit down and learn, okay, how to do it, you could go the ETF route, a basket containing several of those, and you have them even in the US market. For instance, the S&P 500, okay, is a basket of the growth, a combination of the growth and the value 500 companies in the US. So I have my investment in that. Instead of buying, you have the Apple, you have the MTR, you have the Apples, you have the Meta, that's Facebook, you have the Amazon, you have them all in that 500 basket instead of buying them individually. So the risk is spread across, okay? Or you could go the mutual fund route. All it costs you is what they call the management fee, and the management fee is about 1 to 1.5%. Okay, that you pay the fund managers for taking the trouble to manage your funds. So, as a young person, I'll tell you, take some risk, build your portfolio, okay, because you have time on your side. Take risk. I'm currently working with one of the best financial managers, okay, around. I mean, from those that I've worked with, and he told me he's in his 60s, and he said, look, his greatest regret was that when he was much younger, he didn't take sufficient risk. And I'm going to tell you, if you are below 30, take some risk, okay? Structure your portfolio in such a way that 50 to 60% of your money is in equity. The other 30, 40%, put it in a less, risky or low risk investment class. Very important. So there's a balance. And anytime you want to go into investment, make sure you have a goal. Don't go because this person says go. Don't buy because somebody says buy. Okay, for those of you who are watching and who watch the replay, please do not fall for hype. You will lose your money if you fall for hype. And do not be a trader. Traders in the stock market will lose their money over time. Okay, so you must invest based on your financial goal. That's number one. You are building your retirement or your cash flow system over time. It may be it. Number two, you understand your risk appetite. For me, I have a very moderate risk appetite. I cannot afford to watch my money go down the drain. That's why a small percentage of my money is what I have kept in the equity market, for instance, in the equity fund, okay, or in stocks, a small percentage. And I'm not getting younger. So if you are above 50, I would advise you to scale down, okay, on investing in very high risk, asset classes. It is very important that you understand it. But the guarantee is this: if you have to grow and multiply your money, you've got to put your money in an asset. Now, I want to host all of you to a class on September 5th. September 5th and 6th. It's going to be a 2-day class. Okay, and it's about the cheapest. Okay, and I'm giving you discounts. Okay, on September 5th and 6th, the first Saturday and the first Sunday in the month of September, I want to host a masterclass 2 days at the cheapest price ever. And because you have stayed this long, I want to give you a discount. You will get 25% discount if you register today. As a matter of fact, this offer ends on Monday by 11:59 p.m. Okay. Now, once that's the link. That's the link. Okay. Here's the link again. Let me put it here. HPPS. Because you are members, Stephanie, it's going to be 2 days. Nobody does this. .com/invest 101. Okay. Then use the code. Use the code. Okay. Use the code. For those of you who are here, use the code INVEST to get 25% off. 25% off. Okay. Ends on Monday, 17th August by 11, okay, 59 p.m. West African time. Everything that you need to know, go and register for these 2 days. 2 days, I guarantee you, we're going to take this, okay, to the next level during that session. I've shared it with you, and I hope you got it. Share it to your family, share it to anybody, your students around you, I mean, employees around you. Remember, it's strictly for beginners. Strictly for beginners. Strictly for beginners. I'll leave all of this in the comment section. Okay. I'm gonna go in depth, okay, into this. Do you understand, guys? So I've just shared it with you, and I hope you are going to take advantage of this. Any question? Who has a question to ask me? Who has a question? Or 8 minutes? I don't want us to exceed an hour now. Who has a question? I've left the link. Who amongst you is going to register? Register tonight. Is the cheapest you will ever get. In fact, you get to ask questions. Okay, I'll walk you through. I'll show you the screen. In fact, if you have issues registering and all of that, I'll make sure that you start your brokerage account for each day. On the 5th, we're going to spend 90 minutes. On the 6th, we are also going to spend 90 minutes doing all of this. Okay, so take advantage of this offer because you are here. Use the code INVEST. Okay, INVEST to get 25%. Okay, are you guys there? Are you still there, guys? Are you still there? I cannot see you. Let me share it with you again. I've shared it with you again. So, have you gained value from here tonight, guys? Who is still around? Tell me, have you gained value? and I'll call it a night. Have you gained value? So this is how you grow your money. You don't grow your money by working times 2. You grow your money by taking a portion of what you are earning and start plowing it in any of these 2 asset classes. One, you own a business where you are creating value, or you invest in any of the very productive, profitable, listed companies. Have you gained value tonight? Let me hear you. Value, 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 value. Grace, thank you very much, Grace. Grace, I hope to see you on the 5th and the 6th, okay? I hope to see you. I mean, if you have to borrow money, start something. Guys, creating wealth is very easy if you understand the principles, which is what I'm giving you, especially if you are young. And if you are in your 40s, there are aggressive ways of doing it. Like I said, you don't need millions to start. My millions, my first million didn't come from my salary. It came from my investment, okay? Allowing the power of compounding, okay, to work on my money. Please inform workers in your place, those of you who are working, because let them take advantage of this discount that I've just offered. Yes, Grace, I'm going to see you there by the grace of God. Husband, I'm going to see you there by the grace of God. Who else is here? Who else is here? Like I said, those of you who are from Kenya, who are from other African countries, the principles are the same. I need you to start, to go to your banks today and start looking out for your respective country's stock exchange, okay? Or you go the mutual fund route, okay? I know about Sacco. Sacco is very good in Kenya. I know about that. Someday I'm going to be in Kenya, and this community, okay, we'll be meeting there someday. Any question? Have you gained value tonight, guys? I have 4 minutes to go. I don't want to exceed 1 hour. 4 minutes. Have you gained value tonight? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so already. Okay? Are you still here, guys? Have you gained value? Just give me the word V. Let me know if you're still there. Are you still there, guys? Yes, Sacco, I hyphen in Uganda. I'm happy to hear this, Grace. Yeah, I know them very well. I've studied them. They're doing well. There's also Rise Vest, okay? Okay, one other form of investment that we'll be talking about, okay, on the 5th is investing in real estate, okay? Real estate, okay? That is where you invest in physical buildings, rental properties, rental apartments, and their likes. And there is also where you invest through the property owners. It is called REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust, okay? And those of you who are in Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, you have the likes of Rise Vest, if you know Rise Vest, okay? They are big on that, okay? So guys, thank you immensely. Thank you immensely. Thank you immensely. I hope I've not wasted your time tonight. Let me know. I hope I have given you value tonight. Thank you very much. If you've watched thus far, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Consider leaving a comment. Consider giving me a thumbs up. All of you that are here, please give me a thumbs up and let's together grow this YouTube channel. Let's build wealth together and share this video with everyone that you know about. Take advantage, most importantly, of the offer of 25% that I have just given. I'll be seeing you, okay, inside the group, and I'll see you on the 5th of September and 6th of September 2026. Thank you immensely, guys. Come on, let me see somebody say bye-bye. Value. Okay, guys. Thank you immensely. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, husband. Thank you, Kadia. Thank you, Nafisat. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Bye-bye. Good night. Let's see in the group.